Hi, welcome to another episode where I am kicking the tires on Bing. You could say I'm having adventures in Bing chat, and for this episode I'm going to get it to provide me song suggestions and write a script for a music podcast episode. Long-term viewers of the channel will know I've done a couple of podcasts in the last couple of years. One was on music and one was on relaxation techniques. So I thought I would get it to help me write a script for a music podcast episode, or at least a fictitious one. So I've been playing around with this a little bit at the weekend, had a few dry runs to try and get some idea of the sort of way it's going to ask these, just to make this video run a little bit smoother. So I've got these three broad questions that I'm going to prompt it with to help me do this, and I might need to expand on those depending on how it answers these, because there's a good deal of variability into how much detail it goes into, and I found that's very dependent on how much you've been interacting with it as part of a topic. So sometimes if you might say, oh well, can you suggest a really popular year in rock music, and then pick a band from whatever year it says, and then ask these sort of questions based on one of those bands, you might get a little bit more of an extended answer. But anyway, we'll see. So we're going to first of all get it to suggest 10 bands that are similar to Muse. So the premise of the episode is that I'm going to be playing 10 tracks that are similar to another band, in this case Muse. The 11th track will be a track by Muse, and I'll probably get it to do that at the end. Okay. So this is very similar to what it did the first time I tried this at the weekend with a different band. There's only 8 there. Did I say some? I said 10. Okay. Can you make the list 10 as requested? Okay, we've got Smashing Pumpkins as well. Right, so suggest one song from each of the bands. So what I'm going to do here, suggest one song from each of the bands that you listed, just to see what happens. And we'll see whether asking it the original question would have been better if this doesn't work. I've had success with both. Okay. Yep, looks like the list matches. So then, the next thing. Now, one thing it's doing, I've noticed a bit of variability here, is sometimes when you do this, it'll automatically give you a bit of background information. Again, I think this is based on how much you've already interacted with it as part of the topic, but that's just from, a very small sample size. That's what I've noticed. This is much more succinct, and much more like what it was when I originally tried it at the weekend. So let's get the summary, because it hasn't automatically provided that. I know we didn't ask, but sometimes it does. While it's going to do that, I'm just going to ask it another question to provide a bit more background blurb. Again, in one variation of this, I saw it automatically create summaries when it listed the original 10 bands, which it hasn't done here. So it almost feels like whenever you use Bing Chat, you need to permanently have a screen recorder on, so you can catch everything. I mean, with a lot of these, I do copy the chat out, but okay. It's really, I don't think you can call it thinking here, but you know what I mean. It's really taking its time. Okay. So then what I'm going to do, so I've got a bit of background information about the bands that I'm going to be playing in my podcast, which relating to the tracks. So let's do that. Okay, good. So while it's doing that, again, a couple more questions. What shall I do? I say. So I want to write a summary for Muse. And I'm just going to keep telling it it's for use in a music podcast. I could probably at some point try a compare and contrast with not really saying the context. Okay, now has it stopped? It does this sometimes, so you have to sort of kick it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5. From the list. Yep, so it's okay. It's better. I'm also going to ask it to pick a song by the band Muse, but I'm not going to specify anything about the most popular song. And write a summary for the song. Okay, 30 seconds to Mars. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't want to. I've got to really wring it out of it, haven't I? Okay. You are missing the one for Smashing Pumpkins. Certainly making me work. Okay. Do that. I think I pointed this out in a previous episode. This has now gone up. Instead of 15, this is now 20. And I think I mentioned I was reliably informed by Bing Chat that there are no daily limits. And bizarrely that there have never been, but that's not what's happened to me in the past. Certainly on one occasion it said I had used up, or I was over my 24-hour limit. Okay, so we're going to sturtle around a little longer, get them to pick a song, and then to write a summary for the song. And just see if it picks just one. Okay, so Starlight, it's picked. And it's actually given us that, so I'm just gonna see whether it, pretend it hadn't, and do that. So the other thing I think I'll do, I'm going to show you something else off the back of it it's could do. So we'll give this a go. So obviously I'm going to post this video to YouTube, so I'm going to try this. Can you give me a better title for a YouTube video than, and then do this and this. Let me just finish this off. In case that in speech marks, so it knows what I'm. Now I'm doing it in the same topic here, rather than start up a new one. But I wanted to show you a couple of things. Okay. Using Bing, yeah, so here's, what's 5 of them? Finding songs, writing summaries and recording a podcast. I can ask it, which of the titles do you like most? And it will try and rationalise it. Although that's not true. Now, where I've seen it do in the past, it didn't do here, which is it actually asked me if I wanted it to write a description for the video, and also if I wanted to create a thumbnail. And the thumbnail that it created was rather bizarre and had it was just a picture of someone's face that had become rather distorted. So yeah, it was rather creepy. Just trying to think what I would prefer. I suppose that's closest really to what this video is actually about, exploring music with Bing Chat, song recommendations and podcast script writing. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Let me tell it that. So, I like let me just see if I can get it to, I should try to see if I can get it to improve on that as well. So we've gone off on a bit of a tangent here, but this happens actually when I use Bing Chat. Could you suggest a variation on, I think I will actually restate it. I probably could have said, you know, a variation on this or the one above. That one there's quite good. Yep. Let's try that one then. Okay, there we have it. So yes, Bing Chat certainly helped us, as it says here, find music. Oh, again it says, no, sorry. This one, how Bing Chat GPT-4 can help you find songs and write a podcast script, and it certainly seemed to do that. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a later episode.